Democratic Occultism and Orthodox Symphonia. By James P. Pierce. The right-wing's fixation on Nazism often stems from various factors, including historical revisionism, xenophobia, and the desire to exploit nationalist sentiments for political gain. This obsession often manifests in the glorification of Nazi symbols, ideologies, and figures, despite the atrocities committed by the Nazi regime during World War II. Dugin's National Bolshevism, Nazbol, ideology, on the other hand, is a peculiar hybrid that attempts to merge elements of far-right nationalism with aspects of far-left socialism. While Dugin's ideology may seem paradoxical, it reflects a broader trend of ideological syncretism and opportunism seen in certain political circles. One possible connection between the right-wing's obsession with Nazism and Dugin's Nazbol ideology lies in their shared authoritarian tendencies and disdain for liberal democracy. Both ideologies embrace strongman leadership, glorify the state, and advocate for a hierarchical social order based on perceived racial or cultural superiority. Additionally, the right-wing's fascination with Nazism may intersect with Dugin's Nazbol ideology in their mutual rejection of liberal values and multiculturalism. Both seek to establish a homogeneous society based on a mythical notion of national or ethnic purity, often at the expense of minority rights and civil liberties. However, it's essential to recognize that Dugin's Nazbol ideology remains a fringe movement with limited mainstream appeal, even within far-right circles. While elements of Dugin's ideology may resonate with certain segments of the political spectrum, it lacks the widespread acceptance and coherence necessary to become a dominant force in mainstream politics. In conclusion, while there may be some overlap between the right-wing's obsession with Nazism and Dugin's Nazbol ideology, it's crucial to approach these phenomena with skepticism and critical analysis. Both represent extreme and dangerous ideologies that run counter to fundamental principles of democracy, human rights, and pluralism. This perspective challenges the conventional belief in democracy as the ideal form of governance and critiques liberalism's relationship with the state. By questioning the efficacy of democracy and the submission to state authority advocated by liberalism, the delve into complex political theory and the nature of power dynamics within society. The critique of democracy as a false principle suggests skepticism towards the idea that majority rule always leads to just outcomes or protects individual freedoms. This viewpoint may stem from concerns about the potential for tyranny of the majority, the influence of money and special interests in democratic processes, or the limitations of electoral politics in addressing systemic inequalities. Similarly, the rejection of liberalism's submission to the state highlights a skepticism towards the role of government in safeguarding individual rights and promoting social welfare. This critique may reflect concerns about the expansion of state power, the erosion of civil liberties in the name of national security, or the failure of liberal democracies to address pressing social issues such as economic inequality and environmental degradation. Overall, the perspective challenges readers to reconsider commonly accepted notions about governance, democracy, and the relationship between the individual and the state. It invites critical reflection on the shortcomings of existing political systems and the need for alternative frameworks that prioritize justice, equality, and human dignity. As I asked in Is Democracy Founded on Reason? Part 1, it has extended along the lines as this. That exploration delves into the philosophical underpinnings of democracy, dissecting its etymology and questioning its alignment with reason and divine will. By dissecting the Greek roots of democracy demos, people, and kratos, rule, they raise fundamental questions about whether the rule of the people truly reflects their will or is subverted by those in power. This analysis reveals a skepticism towards the prevailing myth of America as a nation of the people, challenging the notion that democracy inherently serves the interests of the populace. Instead, they highlight the pervasive influence of money in politics and the oligarchical tendencies that undermine the will of the people. Drawing parallels between secular and religious perspectives, they argue that true reason and governance must align with divine will, positing that democracy divorced from a moral foundation ultimately leads to degradation and societal discord. The critique contemporary issues such as identity politics and social media echo chambers, highlighting their role in perpetuating division and stifling reasoned discourse. Ultimately, the reflection raises profound questions about the nature of governance, the role of reason and faith, and the potential consequences of straying from divine principles. It invites readers to contemplate the complex interplay between democracy, morality, and divine providence in shaping the destiny of nations and individuals alike. As I asked in Is Democracy Founded on Reason? Part 2, it has extended along the lines as this. In this continuation, deepen the examination of democracy's foundation on reason, juxtaposing it with the will of the people and the divine will. They argue that while democracy claims to be founded on the will of the people, it often strays from this ideal, being influenced by self-interest, political manipulation, and societal divisions. The analysis emphasizes the importance of aligning human will with divine will, as exemplified in Orthodox Christian teachings. By contrasting the Orthodox emphasis on virtue, Christ, and the saints with the individualism of Western society, they highlight the divergent perspectives on free will and moral responsibility. Furthermore, they critique the exploitation of societal divisions by politicians for personal gain, highlighting the perennial struggle between individual autonomy and collective interests. They suggest that this tension reflects inherent flaws in human nature and societal dynamics, where self-interest often clashes with communal well-being. The reflection underscores the complexity of navigating between individual autonomy and collective responsibility within the context of democratic governance. It calls for a reorientation towards aligning human will with divine principles and embracing a collective ethos grounded in virtue and the common good, rather than succumbing to the pitfalls of self-interest and political manipulation. Orthodox Symphonia, or the harmonious relationship between church and state, presents an intriguing framework for considering the role of religion in the Republic of the United States. While the United States is founded on principles of secularism and the separation of church and state, the concept of Symphonia offers insights into how religious values and institutions can inform governance and societal norms. In Orthodox theology, Symphonia entails a cooperative partnership between church and state, where each institution operates within its sphere of authority while working together for the common good. This model emphasizes the mutual support and collaboration between spiritual and secular authorities, with both entities contributing to the flourishing of society. In the context of the United States, which upholds principles of religious freedom and pluralism, Symphonia can manifest in various ways. While the government remains neutral in matters of religion and respects the autonomy of religious institutions, it can still engage in dialogue and collaboration with religious communities to address shared social concerns. For example, Orthodox Symphonia may inspire partnerships between the government and religious organizations to provide social services, promote moral education, or advocate for policies that uphold human dignity and justice. Such collaborations can enrich public discourse, foster a sense of community cohesion, and contribute to the common good without compromising the separation of church and state. Additionally, Orthodox Symphonia underscores the importance of moral leadership and ethical governance, highlighting the role of religious values in shaping public policy and fostering a culture of integrity and compassion. While the United States maintains a secular government, the principles of Symphonia invite policymakers to draw upon religious wisdom and ethical insights in their decision-making processes, recognizing the interconnectedness of faith, morality, and governance. Ultimately, Orthodox Symphonia offers a nuanced perspective on the relationship between religion and governance, suggesting that while the United States remains committed to secularism and religious pluralism, there is still room for constructive engagement and collaboration between the state and religious communities in pursuit of the common good. The libertine attitude towards freedom of religion often arises from false understandings or misinterpretations, particularly when contrasted with the proper Orthodox understanding of religious freedom. Orthodox theology offers a nuanced perspective on religious liberty that emphasizes both the freedom of individuals to practice their faith and the responsibility of the state to uphold religious pluralism and protect religious minorities. In the Orthodox tradition, freedom of religion is not merely about individual autonomy or the pursuit of personal desires, but is grounded in the recognition of each person's inherent dignity and their right to seek and worship God according to their conscience. This understanding acknowledges the importance of spiritual autonomy while also emphasizing the communal dimension of religious life and the interconnectedness of individuals within society. Furthermore, Orthodox theology underscores the importance of religious tolerance and coexistence, recognizing the diversity of religious beliefs and practices as a reflection of God's creative and redemptive work in the world. Rather than promoting a libertine attitude that prioritizes personal gratification over communal well-being, Orthodox teachings emphasize the cultivation of virtues such as humility, compassion, and respect for others' beliefs. At the same time, Orthodox Christianity affirms the role of the state in safeguarding religious freedom and ensuring the peaceful coexistence of diverse religious communities. This entails enacting laws and policies that protect the rights of religious minorities, prevent discrimination on the basis of religion, and promote dialogue and reconciliation among different faith traditions. In contrast to the libertine attitude, which may seek to undermine or dismiss religious beliefs and practices in the name of individual autonomy, the proper Orthodox understanding of freedom of religion upholds the sacredness of religious conviction and the importance of fostering a society where all individuals can freely seek and express their spiritual beliefs without fear of persecution or coercion. Orthodox theology is fundamentally concerned with matters of faith, spirituality, and the relationship between humanity and the divine, rather than political ideology. While Orthodox Christianity does offer insights into moral and ethical principles that can inform one's approach to governance and social issues, it does not prescribe a specific political ideology or system of government. Orthodox theology emphasizes the importance of love, compassion, humility, and justice, which can certainly have implications for how individuals engage with political systems and structures. However, the interpretation and application of these theological principles in the political realm are subject to diverse perspectives and contexts, and Orthodox Christians may hold a range of political beliefs and affiliations. Furthermore, Orthodox theology teaches respect for the autonomy of secular authorities and acknowledges the legitimate diversity of political systems and ideologies. While the Church may offer moral guidance and critique of political actions and policies, it generally refrains from dictating specific political agendas or endorsing particular parties or candidates. In essence, Orthodox theology provides a spiritual and moral foundation for believers to navigate the complexities of political life, but it does not seek to impose a singular political ideology or agenda. Instead, it encourages individuals to discern and apply timeless principles of love, justice, and integrity in their civic engagement and pursuit of the common good. The right wing's preoccupation with occult dialectics and movements such as Nazism, National Bolshevism, Nazbol, and other pseudo-religions can be attributed to several factors. 1. Historical revisionism. Some elements within the right wing may engage in historical revisionism or conspiracy theories that seek to reinterpret or distort historical events, including the rise of Nazism. This revisionism often aims to justify or rationalize contemporary political beliefs or opposition to perceived left-wing ideologies. 2. Scapegoating and demonization. By highlighting extreme or fringe movements associated with the left, such as Nazism or certain occult practices, the right wing may seek to portray the entire left as inherently dangerous or morally bankrupt. This tactic can serve to demonize political opponents and rally support for right-wing agendas. 3. Identity politics. Just as the left may engage in identity politics to mobilize support and promote its agenda, the right wing may use narratives about occult movements and pseudo-religions to appeal to its base and reinforce a sense of identity and cohesion among supporters. 4. Fear-mongering and propaganda. Exaggerating the influence of fringe ideologies within the left can be a tactic employed by the right to stoke fear and anxiety among the populace, thereby garnering support for right-wing policies or candidates perceived as offering protection against perceived threats. 5. Confirmation bias. Individuals on the right may selectively focus on instances of extremism or radicalism within left-wing movements while ignoring similar phenomena within their own ranks. This confirmation bias can reinforce existing beliefs and contribute to a distorted perception of political reality. It's essential to recognize that while fringe movements and ideologies exist across the political spectrum, they do not represent the mainstream beliefs or values of most individuals within those ideological camps. By fixating on extreme outliers, the right wing risks oversimplifying complex political dynamics and diverting attention from substantive policy debates. The revolt against the modern world and its influence over traditionalism has indeed led to the emergence of various alternative ideologies and movements, including occultism, which may offer a sense of meaning, identity, and resistance to perceived cultural and spiritual decay. However, it's important to distinguish between authentic Orthodox teachings and the distortions or deviations that may arise from attempts to syncretize or blend Orthodoxy with other belief systems. Orthodox Christianity offers a rich spiritual tradition rooted in the teachings of Christ, the early Church Fathers, and centuries of theological reflection and practice. Its emphasis on love, humility, compassion, and adherence to sacred tradition provides believers with a framework for understanding and navigating the complexities of the modern world while remaining anchored in timeless truths. When individuals or groups co-opt Orthodox teachings to justify occult practices or ideologies that contradict core tenets of the faith, they risk diluting or distorting the integrity of Orthodox theology. Such syncretism may stem from a desire to reconcile Orthodox beliefs with contemporary cultural trends or personal ideologies, but it ultimately undermines the authenticity and purity of Orthodox spirituality. In response to these challenges, Orthodox leaders and theologians emphasize the importance of discernment, humility, and fidelity to Orthodox tradition in confronting the allure of occultism and other heterodox teachings. By deepening their understanding of Orthodox theology and engaging in spiritual practices such as prayer, fasting, and sacramental life, believers can cultivate a strong foundation of faith that protects them from being swayed by false teachings or ideologies. Furthermore, Orthodox communities play a vital role in providing support, guidance, and accountability for individuals who may be susceptible to the allure of occultism or other spiritual deviations. Through pastoral care, education, and outreach, Orthodox clergy and laity can help individuals navigate the challenges of the modern world while remaining firmly rooted in the Orthodox faith. Ultimately, the Orthodox response to the rise of occultism and heterodox teachings requires a commitment to upholding the integrity of Orthodox theology, nurturing a vibrant spiritual life, and fostering a supportive community that fosters growth and discipleship in the Orthodox faith. In summary, Orthodox Symphonia offers a holistic framework for addressing the complex interplay of challenges posed by the modern world, including the rise of occultism, deviations from Orthodox teachings, and the erosion of traditional values. By emphasizing the harmonious relationship between church and state, Orthodox Symphonia provides a roadmap for navigating these challenges while upholding the integrity of Orthodox theology and promoting the common good. Within the context of Orthodox Symphonia 1. Spiritual integrity. Orthodox Symphonia underscores the importance of preserving the integrity of Orthodox theology and spiritual tradition amidst the cultural upheavals of the modern world. By upholding the timeless truths of the faith and resisting syncretism with heterodox teachings, Orthodox believers can remain grounded in the richness of Orthodox spirituality. 2. Cultural engagement. Orthodox Symphonia encourages active engagement with contemporary cultural trends and societal issues while remaining rooted in Orthodox principles. Rather than retreating from the world, Orthodox Christians are called to bear witness to their faith and promote the values of love, justice, and compassion in all aspects of society. 3. Community support. Orthodox Symphonia fosters a sense of community solidarity and support, providing believers with the resources, guidance, and accountability needed to navigate the challenges of the modern world. Through vibrant parish life, pastoral care, and mutual edification, Orthodox communities can strengthen the bonds of fellowship and resilience in the face of cultural pressures. 4. Political discernment. Orthodox Symphonia calls for discernment and wisdom in navigating political issues and governance structures. While affirming the autonomy of secular authorities, Orthodox Christians are called to advocate for policies and practices that uphold the dignity of the human person, protect religious freedom, and promote the common good. 5. Divine guidance. Ultimately, Orthodox Symphonia recognizes the sovereignty of God and the importance of seeking divine guidance in addressing the complexities of the modern world. Through prayer, fasting, and sacramental life, Orthodox believers can cultivate a deep relationship with God that provides strength, wisdom, and discernment in confronting the challenges of our time. In essence, Orthodox Symphonia offers a comprehensive approach to confronting the multifaceted challenges posed by the modern world, providing believers with a roadmap for upholding Orthodox principles, promoting societal well-being, and bearing witness to the transformative power of the gospel.